The good news is that the numbers are insane. Like people are loving this both critically and just in sheer numbers. So we're going to get another season, hopefully more than that. How much do you know? How much have they charted out sort of like what the next year, couple years progression of this character is?
We in the conversations that we've had, we knew that if we were to get in a second season, that the first season really unpacked very little. There was really very little explored, even though it feels big. There, because the game itself is hundreds, 1,000 hours, but in this fictionalized version of a Fallout story that fits in the canon of Fallout for this story that we're telling, there's so many questions kind of left unanswered, and yeah, they have an idea of where they want to go, and they've asked for my input. I've had seats at tables now for a long time in that world, but they know they know exactly what they're doing, and so yeah, I think they have this second part of the journey really kind of beat it out. For me, it all goes down to specificity, right? I mean, there is something that is going to happen the next day or 2 days later or whatever,
Right.
whatever they decide to pick this story up. I haven't read it after the finale, and there is a version, of this that I see that there is humor and there's camaraderie and there is antagonism between these possible scenarios that I would like to see kind of played out, and because we have to earn every emotional moment that we have, just like the same thing with the humor, right? It's all situational. I've had those conversations, and yeah, I think they see far into the future.
There are some stories about my uncle's life, one particular uncle's life, that I find truly always funny and heartfelt and wonderful. I never get tired of hearing them. From hilarious to heartfelt, tear-jerking to plot twisting, his retelling of the events of his life always brings me joy. And just in time for Father's Day, I found the perfect gift that captures all his stories for my family forever. It's called Storyworth. Storyworth helps you preserve precious memories and stories from your father or your grandfather's life for years to come. Here's how it works. This is so cool. Each week, Storyworth emails your loved one a thought-provoking question that you get to help pick. There are dozens upon dozens of cool questions. Their favorite teacher growing up, their favorite movie growing up, their TV show, all of these spawn these great answers, and Storyworth makes the writing process a breeze. All your loved one needs to do is respond to that email with a story. It can be long or short, it really doesn't matter. You'll be emailed a copy of your loved one's response as they're submitted over the course of the year. You'll get to enjoy their retelling of the stories you already know, or be surprised by stories you've never heard before. After that year of fun, Storyworth compiles your loved one's stories and photos into a beautiful keepsake hardcover book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come. You could even keep a copy of the book for yourself. This, for me, is going to be a perennial. Every year, if not multiple times a year, I'm going to come back to this book and I'm going to share it with my family and the next generation. Families love Storyworth. That's why it has more than 25,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot, with millions of stories preserved since they were founded over 10 years ago. Give all the fathers in your life a unique, heartfelt gift you'll all cherish for years. Storyworth. And right now, you can save $10 on your first purchase when you go to storyworth.com/happysad. That's storyworth.com/happysad to save $10 on your first purchase.